tonight's the Yartzeit of one of the great Hasidic saints, one of the great Hasidic Masters, the holy Rebbe Zisha from Anipoli, the holy Rebbe Zisha from Anipoli. Now, one thing I got from my daughter's school, she goes to Satmar Kiryas Yol, and they brought home, every week they bring home a paper. So they had the story of the Heilige Rebbe Zisha, that he was very, very poor. He saved up money to buy some material to make his wife a nice dress for Shabbos. He saved up the money, he saved up his pennies, and he had the material, and he sent his wife to the tailor to make this dress. When she came to pick up the dress, she saw that the tailor looked very despondent, and she asked, "Why are you so sad?" And he said, "Well, my daughter's a kala, she's engaged, she's a bride, and she saw I was making the dress, she saw I was making for her." And I said, "No, I'm making for someone else." And father can feel sad, that he doesn't have money to make a dress for his own daughter, for a kala, for a wedding. So the Rebbe said, "You know what? You can have the dress." She felt she did a big mitzvah. She gave away this dress. She went home. She told her husband what she did. The Rebbe Zisha said, "What did you do? You didn't pay him for the work he did?" She said, "Why should I pay him? I gave him the whole dress." She said, and so the Rebbe answered, "Well, how's the family going to eat? He's doing this work depending on making money to feed his family, not to have a dress. So if he did all the work, you have to pay him also." And so she said, "All right, you're right." And she went back and she paid him, and she knew she did the mitzvah b'shleimus. There's a lot of very famous teachings and stories from Rebbe Zisha, but there's two things I wanted to share. One is a personal story that I saw personally, and the other is a teaching that I enjoy very much. So I'll share the teaching first. Today was Rosh Chodesh. We said the Hallel. In the Hallel, it says Yosef Hashem Aleichem Aleichem Al B'nechem. In the Psalm, it says that would be, I guess, Psalm 116 or Psalm 115. It's Psalm 115. It says, "May Hashem increase upon you and upon your children." So Hasidic Rebbe Zisha asks, it's brought in Menorah Zahav, which is a collection of the teachings of the Hasidic Rebbe Zisha. It's brought in Parshas Dvarim. He says, what is this? Hashem should increase upon you and upon your children. If he's increasing upon you, that means that you're going to have children. So the answer is that it doesn't mean to have children. It means that Hashem should increase upon your children, that the experience of having a relationship with Hashem should increase upon you and upon your children. So that's what it means, because there's no superfluous words anywhere in the Bible. I want to finish off with a story that happened with me.
Make it up to
What? I'm talking. Can you go? So he said, so I remember when I was a Chosin, I went to Uman for Rosh Hashanah. And on the way back from Uman to Kiev, to catch the plane, we went to other Kibbutz Tzadikim. I remember we went to Reb Pinchas Koritzer, who's in Shpetivka, and we went to the Toldos in Polnoi, Toldos Yaakov Yosef, and we wanted in the worst way to also go to an Tevka where the Rebbe Zisha is buried. And we weren't able to do so because some of the other Bachrim, they were going to miss their flight if we made another stop, even though I could have managed, but they wouldn't let the but we was maybe 10 Bachrim on the bus. It was, as I remember, about 6 regular Hamish Hasidic Master, and there was me and another younger man, or I think at the time he was a Gorish, I don't remember, friend of mine. Both of us didn't grow. He was a ger, and me, I'm half a ger, I guess. My mother's Jewish, and about Tshuva. So it was the two of us, and the 6 Hamish Bachrim. One was a little bit more geklebt, ehrliche Hamish Chassidische Bachrim, and then there were 2 boys who had grown up more from, I don't know, Hasidish, not, but they grew up more from, and then they went away from Yiddishkeit. And this one boy, he said, "Oh, I'm not religious anymore." I told him, if you're not religious, you wouldn't be schlepping to make a pilgrimage to Ukraine to go to see Kibbutz Tzadikim. I said, "You're definitely religious, you're just not observant." So this boy was saying he's not religious. He was very upset that that we didn't make it to the Rebbe Zisha. And we wanted to go, and we couldn't make it because the other boys had to go on the, to catch their plane. And so this bacher who said he's not religious. He says, "I don't know these other guys, but I know the Rebbe Zisha." And the Hamish Chassidische, even one was a little bit more worldly. So what do you mean you know the Rebbe Zisha? I think if those who know the stories of the Rebbe Zisha and so forth, they understand what he meant, that he knows the Rebbe Zisha. We don't need to explain. Alright, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a good tavach, and in the schus of the great tzaddik, we should be worthy to see great things. A good tavach. Please like, share, and subscribe.